Hola! It's time to learn another past tense. This one is called el presente perfecto. The present perfect. The perfect present. Hey, that's something you'd give me on my birthday. Well, this is the tense that has two parts as well. Remember the present progressive tense. We use the auxiliary verb estar and the gerundio, the ing form of the verb. This is also two-part tense. We use el verbo auxiliar haber, a new verb we're going to learn, y el pasado participio, the past participle. Now, the first thing we have to do is learn how to conjugate the verb haber. Haber means to have. Well, wait a minute. I thought tener is to have. Well, you're right. Now there are three sets of verbs in Spanish that have the same meaning. We learned ser and estar in level 1, to be. We learned saber and conocer at the beginning of this course, the verbs to know. The third set of verbs is tener and haber, which both mean to have. Now, the main difference in this being, the verb haber is only used as an auxiliary verb. Let me be a little more specific. This is the tense in English where we would talk about I have been, he has eaten, she has gone. Well, that has in English doesn't really mean to have something. When we possess or have something, we use the verb tener. Yo tengo una clase. I have a class. This verb haber is used for have, but as a grammatical filler for the verb we use have in English when we're using a past participle like I have spoken. We're not really saying we have something there. It's just have goes along with spoken to make the present perfect tense. Well, that's enough grammar. Let's learn how to conjugate the verb haber. Haber in the yo form is conjugated like a. Remember, the H is silent. We're only really reading the letter, the vowel, a. Yo he, I have. Tú has. Yo he, tú has. You have. Él, ella y usted. The form of the verb is a. Él, a. Remember, it's not ha, the H is silent. El, a. Basically, we're only pronouncing the vowel a. Nosotros hemos. Nosotros hemos. We have. Y ustedes, well, you know what usually happens. Whatever we get up here, we get down here, we just add the letter N. So, ellos han. Now we've learned half of the present perfect tense. We've learned how to conjugate the verb haber, yo he, tú has, él ha, nosotros hemos, ellos han. Now we have to learn the second half of the tense, which is el pasado participio, the past. Now we're going to learn participle. The pasado participio, the past participle part of the tense. Let's look at an AR verb, hablar. Well, all the AR verbs have the ending ado. Ado. So what we would say, yo he hablado. Yo he hablado significa I have spoken. The fun part is, you can use the same form for everybody. You can say, él ha hablado, he has spoken. Ellos han hablado, they have spoken, and so on. Let's move to the ER verb. The ER verb endings end with ido, I-D-O. So we would say here, tú has comido, eaten. tú has comido, you have eaten. You have eaten. Yo he hablado, I have spoken. Tú has comido, you have eaten. Now the IR verbs, well that's ir. That's always a tricky one to conjugate. Well, not this time. In this tense, it is regular, if you believe it or not. All the IR verbs are also conjugated as the ER verbs with the ending ido. This one not having anything else, it just stays ido. So we could say él ha ido, he has gone. Él va, he goes in the present tense. Él fue, he went in the pretérito, simple past tense. Él ha ido, he has gone in the present perfect tense. Two parts. The verb haber, we have to know how to conjugate it and form el pasado participio. The AR verbs end with ado, the E and IR verbs end with ido. Pretty simple.
La 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 la. Ding dong, estas cosas de la